Line good for the first. Marvel that attended in the stall there. Eastern Jet in 4. Our Jemima, they're off. Good start too. Timber jumped out well with Fitzgerald. Behind them, Marvel away quickly. Eastern Jet, and further back in the field, look for Mars. Follow Gold. And our Jemima settling it astride. And Follow Gold has gone fast from an inside stall to go there. And to show the way as they run down towards the 650-metre mark. And Follow Gold is showing out about a length and a half in advance of Eastern Jet, who's second. Marvel is just in behind them, and they were followed by Timber. Fitzgerald is the tail ender as they run down past the 600-metre mark now and going very fast. Look for Mars takes up the running here, and Look for Mars is the leader in advance of Follow Gold. Just behind them, Eastern Jet being followed by Timber. Further back then came Marvel, followed by Fitzgerald and our Jemima as they race onto the course proper. Look for Mars on the outside is just an advance here of Follow Gold, and they're clear. In third place, Eastern Jet, Timber under pressure. Further back in the field, Fitzgerald is starting to gain a bit of ground, but well back, followed by our Jemima and Marvel. But Follow Gold has dashed away in the final stages, looked all over a winner inside the final 200 metres, is well out in front of Look for Mars, Eastern Jet. Timber running on when the race is all over, but Follow Gold wins easily. About 3 lengths to Look for Mars. Timber's run third, followed by our Jemima, and then came Eastern Jet, followed next to last by Fitzgerald, and a bad last is Marvel. Stand by for placings. Comfortable win there for Follow Gold, who drew the inside of the 8-horse field and went across very quickly to head them off, and just kept going to score in easy fashion. Stand by for placings after the running of the first event on the card, the Rose of Tralee handicap, and a very good win there to number 7, Follow Gold, ridden by Wayne Treloar. For the Ray Lawson stable, Follow Gold, raced by M. Ramsey and R. Lagana, a 2-year-old bay filly by Export Price out of Follow the Sales. Winning in good style. He's bolted in fact. Follow the Gold. It's absolutely trotted in, or filly I should say, by Export Price out of Follow the Sales. Winning in comfortable fashion here, giving nothing else a chance. Look for Mars, who's drawn second from the outside and was vying for the lead as you saw going onto the course proper. She's battled on for second, and the third placing to number 4, which is Timber, doing his best work at the finish. Fitzgerald was a disappointing run on the other hand. Jumped okay, but couldn't muster speed and finished last of the main bunch. And the winner of the race, number 7, Follow Gold, ridden by Wayne Treloar, defeating number 6, Look for Mars, ridden by Rod Griffiths, and third placing to number 4, Timber, ridden by Damien Oliver in the first race on the card here at Flemington. The winner, number 7, Follow Gold, pays $11.70 and $3.40, defeating number 6, which is Look for Mars, and it will pay $4.40, and third, number 4, Timber, a dividend of $1.80. 7, 6 and 4. Number 8 ran officially fourth. Our Jemima's made up ground 2 at the finish, and number 5 was fifth, and that was Eastern Jet. Line good. Away they go. And Hartley Bay on the inside was the first out with City Hall, who began well and out quickly. Also is Ildon. Behind them, Torelli looking for a forward position, as is Brewer. Deeper on the track, Dennis Uria. They're followed by Tumble Home, very wide. Regal Ruler as they go around that first turner. And wider still is Zaquello, followed by a Regal Dane. A length and a half back in behind them, Alpha Amadi. And our Bourbon dropped out to last. City Hall is the leader around the back past the 1400. Little length, Dennis Uria. Length Torelli on the inside of Brew and Regal Ruler. Just behind them, Tumble Home. Ildon is on the rails. A bit further back in the field, Zaquello, who's 3 off the rail. A length and a half for Regal Dane. Hartley Bay on the inside of Alpha Amadi, who's second last, and last our Bourbon. Along the back, they travel past the 1200 metre mark, and City Hall cutting them along by a length. Dennis Uria, a length Torelli. Close in behind them, Brew on the inside of Regal Ruler. A length and a half, Ildon is enjoying a nice run. He's over on the inside of Zaquello, still racing 3 deep, and between horses there, Tumble Home. And they were followed back along the inside by a Regal Dane. Alpha Amadi around the outside. Hartley Bay well back, and our Bourbon, who's galloping ungenerously, is back at the tail of the field. City Hall is in charge of the 800 metre mark by a length in advance of Dennis Uria, a length and a half Torelli. Regal Ruler moving up on the outside, and just in behind them at the head of the others came Brew, and they were followed by Tumble Home. Ildon is on the rail, centre field, Zaquello wide. Alpha Amadi, Hartley Bay, a Regal Dane second last, and last our Bourbon as they're making the home turn. 500 metres out, and the leader City Hall about a half length, Dennis Uria. Regal Ruler looming up on the outside, and Brew is also putting himself in the picture. Torelli, Ildon looking for a run back along the inside. Further back in the field, Zaquello followed by a Regal Dane as they run to the 300 metre mark. Dennis Uria takes the lead from City Hall. Ildon is finishing smartly along the inside. Torelli is back in behind them. Ildon disappointed for a run momentarily, now hooked to the outside. He's coming after these leaders very quickly. Dennis Uria about to be tackled by Ildon, looming up on the outside, and Torelli with the rails running, but Ildon has hit the front with 100 to go, and he's kicked away. He's a good galloper, this fellow. Ildon wins it well. Good go for second and third. Might be Torelli from Dennis Uria. Pretty tight for the minor placings. Ahead there of Tumble Home, Regal Ruler. Further back in the field then came Brew, followed by City Hall, a Regal Dane, Hartley Bay, and then Zaquello, and well back towards the tail of the field, Alpha Amadi, and last of all is our Bourbon. Well, he went for the run on the inside, about 250 to go, was momentarily checked, eased to the outside very quickly, and then got up to take the front running inside the 200 metres and drew away for a good win. Handy Galloper making it 2 in a row here, and the winner is number 4, Ildon, ridden by Greg Charles, a 3-year-old by Attalek out of Godessa, raced by Dr. G. Ian S. Footet, and trained by Peter Hayes at Angaston. Pays $2.40 and $1.40. Number 8's run second. Torelli on the inside, ridden by Shane Dye. Narrowly ahead of number 1, which is Dennis Furia, ridden by Greg Hall, was given every chance today. Here's the finish now. Ildon, pull to the outsiders, coming at these leaders very quickly in the final stages, getting the better of Dennis Furia. Torelli finishing fast along the inside. City Hall not going on, as was Tumble Home, and the rest of them weakening, headed by Brew and Regal Rilla down the outside. But Ildon drawing clear there, as you see, to record a good win over Torelli on the inside and Dennis Furia. 4, 8 and 1 official, the time 150.9 for the 1800 metres of the Saab handicap, and victory to number 4, the favourite one home in Ildon, ridden by Greg Charles, taking out the major honours ahead of number 8 Torelli, Shane Dye, and third number 1 Dennis Furia, ridden by Greg Hall. Race 2 on the card here at Flemington. Coming up to race 3 next, the Shamrock Travel British Airways Quality, a listed race over 1100 metres, and that's due to go at 140.
OK, John, yes, he certainly had the pull in the weights, Ildon, in with just 52.5, but if he keeps racing as well as he did today, it's 52.5 kilos. He won't see too many of those on. Calendigo 17, just $1,510. $6 for Simon the Pieman. Tipsy Bell 4, Edza 20, 21 Gold Eagle, Happy Song 23, and Harlem Queen at $38. Tipsy Bell looks to be the favourite. 10 for Miss Margie Kitten, Queen of the Table 11, and the first at Canberra. They'd be heading to the barrier, I'd say. 6 Tipsy Bell to beat 4 Just a Million and Simon the Pieman. 6-4-5 for Tony Campbell.
Spotting on that light. Just a Million, Eds to the stablemate, stand up well, and away they go. A good start too. And Simon the Pieman down towards the inside, and Tipsy Bell got away well. Out wide going up was Home Team and Happy Song, Harlem Queen. A good charge for the lead, and off the track was Gold Eagle. In behind those then Miss Margie Kit, followed further back to Kingston Exchange. On the inside Edsa, followed by Calendigo and Queen of the Table as last. Settling full into stride as they race down the back inside the 1200. It's Happy Song on the outside and Simon the Pieman going together. Off the track in third, Gold Eagle, followed by Tipsy Bell with a beautiful position on the rails. In behind them, Harlem Queen, followed further back then Home Team. The next one, Just a Million, followed by Edsa. And further back in the field, Miss Margie Kid, followed further back Calendigo. And Queen of the Table last of all as they leave the back and commence the run down the side. And Simon the Pieman draws clear. A length in front of Happy Song, followed by Tipsy Queen. Gold Eagle is very wide. Back behind those, Harlem Queen, followed by Kingston Exchange. Then Just a Million on the outside of Edsa, followed then by Home Team. Back behind those, Miss Margie Kid, a long break behind those towards the turn. Queen of the Table and Calendigo last of all. They've got about 500 to go, and Simon the Pieman doing it well, kicked away. About 2 in front of Tipsy Bell giving chase. Followed further back to Happy Song, losing a bit of ground. Then Gold Eagle, followed by Miss Margie Kid. A break behind those, Edsa down towards the inside, followed by Home Team. Well back was Just a Million, followed by Queen of the Table. In the straight, they've got about 300 to go, and Simon the Pieman shaken up as the leader. Out towards the centre, Tipsy Bell is trying hard. Then Edsa down towards the inside. And the next one was Miss Margie Kid, but inside the 200. And Simon the Pieman is giving plenty. Tipsy Bell out very wide is making a race of it now. It's Simon the Pieman and Tipsy Bell. Simon the Pieman in front near the line, and Simon the Pieman held on. Tipsy Bell second. Home Team made a good run for third. In behind those, Queen of the Table, followed then by Miss Margie Kid. The next one home was Gold Eagle, followed by Edsa. Back behind those, Just a Million, followed by Calendigo, Happy Song, Kingston Exchange, and the last one across the line, Harlem Queen.
Matty Bravado's won the first at Canberra today on Simon the Pieman number 5, 370, 150, 6 Tipsy Bell 170, Home Team at $2.70 at 561. That's Canberra. Charlton's not too far away. Race. Good afternoon to you, Richard.
Good afternoon to you, Matthew. A lovely day actually in Canberra after 40 millimetres of rain last night. It's actually quite a nice day and overcast. You can't come to Canberra as we count down to the Black Opal Series without talking to their ace caller, Tony Campbell, and he's with me. Tony, good afternoon.
G'day, Richard. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Can you give us a winner in this, the second, which is the countdown to the Black Opal, 2-year-old Hope?
Yeah, well, I think I can. I think number 3, County Harvest, very hard to beat. Lightly raced, has had 2 runs. Was a big run last start, and I think should just about take out this race. I've selected 3, County Harvest, to beat number 5, King of Dancers, and I've put number 8, Yun Dong, in for third.
You missed missing Federation.
Federation, yeah, it's unraced, beautifully bred by Bureaucracy out of Life's a Problem. Life's a Problem was a former top mare here, won a lot of races, and ran a nice barrier trial at Queanbeyan after the last race meeting.
I just thought it was an omen tip with the convention for the Republic, and we've gone through that phase of Federation, now the Republic.
Well, the topical tip, as you say, for sure, yeah.
Okay, what about race 3?
Well, in the third race of the day, I've selected number 1, Sajep, formerly trained by Graham Begg, is now with Ken Callaghan at that beautiful track out at Goulburn, resuming today. But I noticed 3 starts back. It started favourite in a race at Randwick, and the horse that won the race was Vitronite. So
fair form out of that.
Bit of form. So I've gone
Probably got time for race 4 too.
In race 4, I've selected number 5, Kidlet. I believe Morrissey will get about 3 or 4 winners here today, and I believe that Kidlet will win race 4.
Once again, a very promising horse who's sort of come back in class.
It certainly has, and will handle the sting out of the ground by snippets. Loves the heavy conditions. In race 5, I've selected here number 6, Patu, trained by Barbara Joseph. Hasn't raced, but's got a lot of ability, and she's a sister to Gladden, who's been winning races in Melbourne. So I thought Patu, number 6, could win race 5.
Okay, well, we're going race 6.
Race 6, we'll keep it going here. This is the best bet of the day, another one of Morrissey's. Music video, a very promising galloper by Palace Music, the best bet of the day, music video.
Music video, race 6.
Now on to race 7 here, and I've gone for another one of the Morrisseys, a bit of value here. Great Trip, number 10. Glenn Perry will claim 3 kilos. There was a bit of money for it in Sydney last start, and it's ready to win a race, Great Trip. That's number 10 in race 7. And the lucky last of the day, Richard, I'm looking for a bit of value here. I've gone away from Morrissey's gallopers. He's got Ken Point and Wenders, and of course Wenders ran second on a heavy track behind Fraud in the Black Opal last year. So Wenders will definitely like the heavy track, but I'm looking for a bit of value. I'm going for the Barbara Joseph galloper Concord Flight, around about 9 to 1 early this morning. Is lightly raced, a good winner here at a maiden last start. So in the last, the value bet for the punters, number 4, Concord Flight.
So let's go for this race coming up. What do you like again?
We're going for the Gratz Vela galloper, number 3, County Harvest.
And Federation with a chance.
Federation is the, yes.
That's number 4.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks, Matthew. That's all from Tony and I. It's back to you.
OK, Richard, thanks for that. Of course, they've got some very important meetings coming up, the ACT Racing Club, in the next few weeks as they head towards the Black Opal Series, the previews, and then, of course, the actual race and the Guineas. There's actually a countdown to the Guineas, a lead-up race there today. So Richard Zachariah at Canberra throughout the afternoon. Flemington, they're behind the gates for race 3. These 2-year-old fillies, 750 True Blonde. That's not Doremus moving in. He hasn't been able to sneak into a 2-year-old race. That's in fact Dane La, who comes to the races today with an enormous rap in him from the Freedman stable. 870 Marta Bell Queen, 780 Scarlet Rocket, $4 Dane La, 21 Our Excellency, 360 Gold Moment, and 970 for Wide Vision. 18, 16 and 78 for those fillies there, 9, 10 and 11 for race 3. And they're calling them in at Flemington. Placings at Caloundra after a great go to the line. 10 Fire and Dash second, 5.15, and Pro Vegas was third, so it's 1:10.15 official on the first event. Now, a protest at Traralgon on the previous event, race 2. Third against second is the objection, and no grounds at this stage, but it's third against second, so if you had a bet at Traralgon, hang on to your tickets there. Wide Vision riderless at Flemington. They're having a bit of trouble getting her in. Ruby Corlett at Kilmore in a 2-year-old fillies race, but she's putting on a very bad performance. Canberra 940 Better Prospect, 270 County Harvest, 10 for Federation, 470 King of Dancers, 10 Tan Dynasty, 510 Karate, and Yandong at $10 for race 2 in 3 minutes. And Tony Campbell's selections in that one are 3 to beat 5 and 8. It took 4 or 5 barrier attendants to get her in Wide Vision, but she has gone forward, so there's only a couple to complete the line for this listed race at Flemington for the 2-year-old fillies. Here's John Russell.
And also True Blonde to complete the line. True Blonde still with the clerk of the course. She won over the Spring Carnival here in Melbourne. True Blonde races in the Sedge and Ho stud colours. In fact, she's raced by Mr. Ian Harvey. Nice filly by Naturalism, trained by Lee Friedman. He's got Dane La engaged. Damien Oliver aboard Dane La. Goal Moment, the tote favourite, $3.60, should be hard to beat after a very good run behind Compulsion at Caulfield recently. Drawn nicely in barrier 2 alongside Pedant, who has the draw next to the outside rail. Wide Vision is settling in the stall. Pearl in the Woodland stud colours. They're off and running. Good start. Pedant jumped well, with also away quickly Gold Moment showing speed, and just in behind them is Wide Vision, followed by Pearl and Matabele Queen. Danelaw in behind them, going forward towards the centre there, and up towards the outside rail it goes as True Blonde taking the lead early in the piece, and True Blonde is showing out a length and a half Scarlet Rocket. They're followed closely a bit further back by Our Excellency, and they were followed closely by Wide Vision, who's just in behind the leaders, with Danelaw prominent, and Gold Moment is just in behind them as they race towards the course proper. True Blonde the leader, about a length to Scarlet Rocket, followed by Matabele Queen. Close behind them Pedant, followed closely by Gold Moment, and Wide Vision further back. Danelaw is making ground, and they're followed closely by Our Excellency. Well back as Final Queen at the 400 metre mark, and True Blonde hard against the outside rail, the leader by a length in advance of Danelaw, running on well. They're followed by Matabele Queen, and behind them Scarlet Rocket, followed by Gold Moment, looking for a run between runners. True Blonde is the leader. Danelaw is finishing on well, and behind them Matabele Queen and Gold Moment running on strongly. True Blonde tackled by Danelaw. Gold Moment finishing very fast. Danelaw hit the front with 100 metres left to go. Gold Moment is flying home, will be too late. Danelaw wins it. Good win by 3/4 of a length. Gold Moment third. Matabele Queen. Wide Vision finished on for fourth, followed by True Blonde. And in behind them, further back Pedant, followed by Pearl, and Scarlet Rocket behind them with Our Excellency. And Final Queen has run last.
Well, there he is, Danelaw, number 4 from the Freedman stable, $4.10 and $1.80, 160 Gold Moment, and Matabele Queen at $2.60, so 4, 6 and 2 on the third event. He might be another Doremus. He certainly he like a little bit like him, and he's got the same connections, but whether he'll go on to win a Melbourne Cup and run second and pick up a Caulfield Cup as well, we'll have to wait and see. And on that one, I think Lee Freedman put Damien Oliver. Yes, Damien had the ride on that one, and Greg was on True Blonde. So that's race number 3 at Flemington. Next time we go back to Flemington, of course, will be for the Lightning Stakes, but we're going to Canberra, and here's Richard.
Thanks very much, Matthew. With me is Michael Heath, who's the late mailman down here. Michael, what do you like? Well, good afternoon, first of all.
Good afternoon, Richard. Good Matthew, and good afternoon, everyone. A very open event here, the maiden, the 2-year-old handicap. On the wet track, these horses are going around for the first time on heavy ground. Whichever way you looked at the race, Richard, you had to come up with number 3, County Harvest. Resumed from a short break here a fortnight ago. Ran a bottler of a race behind a very smart horse called Pittance. The thing I liked about County Harvest on that occasion, it hit the line very strongly, and the 1,200 metre trip here looks ideal. Opened up yours for theirs with the bookmakers, and there's $2.70 on the super tab. Does represent good value. Looking for dangers, number 7, Karate, is a good prospects at big odds. John Morrissey, trained horse, had the 2 educational runs. His last start run was much better than his first start run. He's improving every week, and significantly Matthew Carl engaged today. That's a good pointer for Karate. And number 4, Federation, a topical tip in the town, of course, with things happening at Old Parliament House. But this horse was given a very quiet barrier trial here recently. Beautifully bred horse and very athletic type. I expect him to run a very bold race. But summing up race 2, Richard, 3 County Harvest on top, dangers, 7 Karate and 4 Federation.
Is there anything in this that was, it's a prelude, of course, to the the Black Opal preview. Anything in this that could figure in that race?
Perhaps not, but they are keen about County Harvest getting a start in the preview and hopefully performing well enough to race in the Black Opal Stakes itself. But those 2 races, the preview and the Opal, certainly have a lot of depth.
They have a lot of depth, and you don't think any of these could be included?
I don't think
County Harvest.
I don't think so.
The bureaucracy is worth watching, though. Federation, probably, as you say, very well bred.
Absolutely impeccably bred, and good value too at $10 on the tote.
Absolutely. I thought it was very good value. In fact, I might pop around.
Well, don't let fear hold you back, Richard.
Okay. Again?
Number 3, County Harvest on top, 7 Karate and 4 Federation.
Thanks very much. Back to you, Matthew.
Righto, Richard, thanks for that. Now, Canberra race 2, that's the market. County Harvest, $2.30. King of Dancers at $3.50 and Karate at $7.20. They're the top 3, and they've got them all in at Canberra. Here's Tony.
Now that's it. Well, away they go. Slightly away from King of Dancers. Federation went back to the tail of the field. And Karate handed out in front, followed by Yundung driving up along the inside. In behind those, County Harvest, followed then by Sanders.
What's that?
King of Dancers making up ground in a hurry. A long break behind those, Better Prospect and Federation at the tail of the field. On settling down as they leave the back and race down the side. Yundung is the leader. King of Dancers moved up on the outside to throw out the challenge, followed by Karate third. A break of about 2 to County Harvest, followed by Tan Dynasty down on the inside. A long break, Federation, and a neck on the outside, Better Prospect at the tail of the field. Racing past the 600, race to Canberra, and King of Dancers has gone to the lead now. King of Dancers draws out. Yundung is second. Karate goes around the field running on, and also making ground with was County Harvest, followed by Tan Dynasty. A long break, Better Prospect and Federation last of all, but around the turn, they've got about 400 metres to go. King of Dance is the leader. Running off the track was Karate. Wide out on the track, looking for the firmer going, was County Harvest, followed then by Yundung down towards the inside. But in the centre now, Karate raced up and hit the lead. King of Dance is battling on, followed then by Yundung, and out very wide County Harvest. But it's Karate well clear, getting down towards the line, and Karate races away to win it very, very well indeed. He's down on the line. Karate first. Now second out wide County Harvest, followed then by King of Dance's third, Better Prospect. In behind those Tan Dynasty, followed by Yundong, and along last in race 2 was Federation.
Matt Carl getting that one home pretty impressively too. $6.30 and $2.50. Karate. County Harvest $2 and no third for King of Dancers. 7.35. That's race 2 at Canberra, and we're back online with our pictures to Charlton Harness. They're calling them up for race 3. Brownless 59, 37 Jumanji.
Pity the ground is not good, but of course the heavy rain that came last night has made the ground slow early, and then it's been upgraded with the nice weather that arrived this morning to dead. But not conducive, certainly, of a record. Now the runner's getting set. Ken Grande's moved up to 2. About to come along is Alpha. There's Alpha with the prominent white shadow rail going in. Ken Grande beat some very good sprinters in the challenge last week at Randwick. He'll head straight for that outside rail. Got a nice draw there in barrier 2. Mamzeldi ends in 1, a rank outsider. Now moving up into 4 is Show No Emotion. Galloped brilliantly here last Tuesday. A winner of 3 of his 4 race starts. The Flying General Nadim in 5. He's won 9 of 11. Brilliant sprinter from Queensland. All the rage for this race today. General Nadim has moved up. Spartacus to come along. Spartacus moves into his position. So Natoir, winner of the Salinger, about to move in. And Flavour, third behind Natoir in the Salinger, completes the line. They're ready to go on the Lightning. 1,000 metres. Ready for a start. Line is good. They're off. Great start too. Mamzeldi ends commenced well with Ken Grande out quickly. Also General Nadim. And there's one heading towards the flat side alone. There is Natoir Flavour. He's dropping in behind to be last of that bunch, heading down the flat side rail on the grandstand side here. We're over on the outside. General Nadim has taken the lead. General Nadim is the leader by length in advance of Spartacus and Show No Emotion behind them. And they're followed by Mamzeldi ends, and further back in the field to Alpha, followed by Flavour. Alone on the flat side rail there is Natoir. Coming down to the 450 metre mark on the grandstand side. General Nadim is clear here of Spartacus, and just behind them Show No Emotion and Can Grande. Mamzeldi ends is further back, followed by Alpha and Flavour. And on the flat side alone down there still is Natoir at the 300 metre mark on the grandstand side. General Nadim is well clear of Show No Emotion, is under plenty of pressure. So are the others, headed by Can Grande and Alpha. General Nadim well clear. Natoir down on the inside. Natoir alone down there. General Nadim down the outside, getting close to home. General Nadim and Natoir. And General Nadim on the outside is going to win it. And one with plenty in hand, I'd say, from Natoir. Third might be Alpha, just ahead of Show No Emotion, followed by Flavour, Ken Grande, Mamzeldi ends, and last to finish in the Lightning is Spartacus. Stand by for placings. General Nadim has won the Lightning in great style, and he's won with a lot in hand. And if you look at him going past the post, he was under double wraps. Number 8, the winner, General Nadim, was quickly in the lead. There he is, heading the outside division. Natoir raced alone down the flat side section, as she did in the Salinger back here in the spring. But General Nadim alone down there, he's beaten off his rivals very, very easily. And there he is, cruising home to win from Natoir. And Alpha finishing very fast, getting close to home. Show No Emotion there also. And number 9 has run third. Show No Emotion has held on for third, just ahead of the fast finishing Alpha. So the winner of the race is General Nadim, ridden by Brian York in very, very easy fashion. By Nadim out of Military Bell, a 3-year-old chestnut-coloured, raced by the Glengarry Racing Club Syndicate, managed by Mr. C.R. Ashdown, R and Mrs. H.I. Ashdown, T.K. and Mrs. A. Moke, D.G., Mrs. L. Jackson, Dr. F. and Mrs. J. Schubert. And trained by Bill Mitchell at Eagle Farm, has spread-eagled the field here of top sprinters to win today's Guinness Lightning Stakes, ahead of number 6, Natoir, who raced alone. So it was a big effort by Natoir, ridden by Jim Cassidy, and Show No Emotion just holding out Alpha, who's finished very fast. That was a big run by Alpha. And Show No Emotion hanging on for third. General Nadim 170, 120. Natoir second, 320. Show No Emotion third at 170, 869 in the Lightning. Back to Matthew, and race 5 to follow here. The Blamey Stakes at 246.
What a great little horse, and he's come back today in terrific form, showing explosive speed down the straight at Flemington, off to the Oakley Plate now, which looks to be at his mercy, and so too does the Newmarket in a couple of weeks' time. Now they're moving in at Canberra for race 3, this maiden over 1200, 3.20 Sarjep, $6 Basita, and Thanks for Ringing at $7.30. That's the latest call for Canberra. So the top weight, Sarjep the favourite. Charlton race 4th.
Thanks for Ringing will be the last one of John Morrissey's many gallopers. Line almost set now. Thanks for Ringing goes up. The race over 1,200 metres. Sarjep the favourite. Now they're all in. Third event of the day. Big field. Pour the Drinks drawn an outside gate. Ochra stands up. Never before down towards the inside. And away they go, a fairly good level start. Thanks for Ringing landed in front of Zinconia. Basita out wide is running on and making up ground with Jorrell, followed by Ochra caught off the track. In behind those, Prince Jan down towards the inside. Sarjep is gaining ground, followed by Brave Gift. In behind those, Full Harvest, followed by Interrupt and Never Before. Now Brilliant Return is second last and Pour the Drinks last of all. On settling down as they leave the back and race down the side, Zinconia down towards the inside, just leading Jorrell second. A length and a half behind those, Thanks for Ringing, followed by Basita fourth. Off the track, gaining ground, Sarjep, followed then by Brave Gift and Prince Jan. In behind those, Ochra gaining ground, a long break, then Interrupt, followed then by Brilliant Return. Pour the Drinks as well back, further back in the field, Interrupt, who got a bit of a check there, and back at the tail of the field was Never Before. On the point of the turn, they've got 400 to go, and Basita out very wide as race to the lead. Jorrell is second, followed by Zinconia. In behind those, Thanks for Ringing, followed by Sarjep, running on very wide on the track, and down towards the inside, Prince Jan, further back to Interrupt, followed by Full Harvest, and then Brilliant Return. Well in the straight at the 200, and Basita drifting out towards the centre of the leader. Sarjep is trying hard, followed by Thanks for Ringing, but Basita raced away inside the final 100. Thanks for Ringing's battling on, followed by Sarjep, but Basita's a mile too good. Basita first, Thanks for Ringing second. Now third, Prince Jan, followed by Interrupt, and then Sarjep. Then Brilliant Return, followed by Pour the Drinks, then Never Before. Ochra well back in the field, followed by Full Harvest. Then Jorrell, Brave Gift and Zinconia has pulled up along last.
4, 10 and 15, Basita 5, 10 and $2, 10 Thanks for Ringing 170, and Prince Jan at $9.90. 4, 10, 15, that's Canberra, race number 3, Basita and John Nisbet. Charlton, they're at the start for race number 4, $2.70 Classic Express firming up, Dental and in. Let's go back to Canberra to Richard Zachariah.
Thank you, Matthew. With me is the chairman of the ACT Racing Club, Roger Norton. Roger, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Richard.
Every time I come down here, there's some good news, and you've got some good news from the ACT tab.
Yes, it's exciting for the stakeholders in the industry. The government, Chief Minister Carnell announced a couple of weeks ago that an additional 0.5% had be coming to the club, and we've undertaken for that all to go into prize money.
How much does that represent? How much money?
It represents 450,000, and we'll be looking at a proposal at the committee in 2 weeks' time to go to 10,000 minimum distributed every race from the 1st of July. We're excited about that.
Will you go to one major race that you put it into, or will it be across the board?
It's across the board. Our commitment's to seek to increase the employment base for the industry in the region, and we feel the best way to do that is to spread the money over as many winners as possible.
So you race now for what, about 7,000 an average race, and you probably go to about 10?
7,000 plus 3 200s for prize money, 6, 7 and 8, but we'll be probably racing for 9 plus that 200 to go to 4 or 5 runners as well, so it'll be a total of 10,000 distributed every race.
That's very good news. And also you've got the Magic Million sale coming up down here.
Richard, we see that they're complementary. With that lure of the 10,000 minimum, we'd expect that would help to ensure that the Magic Million sales is a great success, and the opportunity for people to buy a horse